Hello everyone. Today is War 6 and as you can probably hear from the background noise, I'm outside. And yeah, it's been a pretty busy weekend, not finding much free time to record, so I guess it'll have to do. And so first up here we have No 20 Man Thing. I was supposed to have section 1 fights, but there was some miscommunication in the planning and they took it for me, which was fine, but I could have handled it too. I just wanted more fights, I guess. And then, yeah, so this first fight is Man Thing on Route 20. The first thing I did was Dex. Yeah, so I did a Dex, I did a parry, and I did a one hit to put Mystic on cooldown. That way it would be predictable and it won't catch me off guard later. And then I basically built to my special 3 within the strike counter hits and utilizing the armor from the node as well as his unstoppable with MD5. And essentially the goal is to build your special 3, get a fury, and with Mystic power back boost, when you throw your special 2 it should do some pretty good damage and give decent power back, assuming you get some crits. You don't really need crits here, but it helps. And the first fury, he obviously nullified it, and then the second time I was like, I'm not going to take that chance, I'm just going to throw the SP2. He's already pretty low from the special 3s, and as you can see, he's going down fast. Then I get to another one, and yeah, that's pretty much lights out for him. And then next up here I have a Peni on mode 22. I'm using reads like pretty much always here. First thing I do is wait for the white Magneto pre-fight, which you really need it for Peni because otherwise she will auto block you and power burn you, which would pretty much ruin the rotation for reads. So first I place my 3 pre-fights, then I exit the screen and come back because there's the weird bug which I've mentioned before that if you don't do that then you'll lose your pre-fights. And the strategy for her is pretty much the same as always. You just parry and heavy, and you can hit her block if you want to, but I really don't see the need to since his special is unblockable, and also if you attack within the white Magneto stun, then she won't shrug it off and power burn you or anything. I also purposely like to attack in the white Magneto stun like a medium heavy, because that way I can remove some of her charges, which is something I learned from a friend of mine named DLL. Big shout out to him for like pretty much teaching me everything about reads from his videos. Like he's the reason I rank him up and use him. It's a great guy. You should check out his channel. It was actually his birthday yesterday, so yeah, happy birthday to him if he's watching. So you just want to have your debuffs up medium heavy to remove her auto block charges and backup recovery triggers. I have my 2 petrifies to reverse it, and here I have my 3rd. Willpower really helps to like get damage, but obviously it's not needed. I would still take her down without willpower. I would recommend if you're placing her here to put it without willpower, because otherwise this is what you'll see, a pretty quick fight. And yeah, the goal with him is to get 2 special 2s for 3 debuffs, and then build up to your special 3 for Fury if it's a longer fight, which would be if there was no willpower. But since we do have willpower here, all I'm doing is throwing special 1 so I can have more debuffs when the fight ends. The more debuffs I have, the more ramped up he will be in the end. And I had this pretty long loading screen, and I was like, please don't crash, and it didn't, so that was great. Now I'm just waiting for another white Magneto pre-fight on Mordo. And Doom is not like the best counter here, but he's definitely a working counter in my opinion. The strategy is to just medium, light, and heavy. And I discussed this fight as well as the Man Thing with 2 friends of mine. Iron Patriot is one of them, and Ink, he's the leader of Magneto. They're both pretty cool guys. They gave me some tips, and I followed pretty much the strategy that they had, but I changed it up just a bit for Man Thing because I just felt safer with a special 3 Fury. And yeah, for this fight you just want to do medium, light, heavy, that way you're not repeating your combo. There was one time where I did trigger Mixmaster because I tried to heavy him in the corner and I forgot about the medium light heavy thing. And as soon as I picked up on that, I never did it again. Like, I pretty much stuck to the basic strategy. And yeah, I have a Petrify here from Reeds, which obviously is gonna help. Just building special 3. And yeah, right now I'm just waiting for Mystic. Yeah, this is where I do the heavy, which was pretty stupid. I lost track and yeah, Dash didn't need threw a special. It's no big deal though, because you know Doom's tanky, he's a big boy. Then yeah, get to your special 3, do a shorten combo with him after the stun in a way that, you know, medium, light, medium. That way you're not triggering. I pressed the special 2 right after the combo, but it didn't fire for some reason, and it came out late, which is very stupid. I had a lot of input issues this war, and you know, over here obviously I was able to recover, but yeah. So over here my Fury ended, that's why I had the Mystic Dispersion. I mean, yeah, the Mystic tactics, so that he was invisible and I didn't attack on purpose because I knew not to wait for it to finish. And this time I didn't fire my special 2 immediately because, you know, the last time what happened. I looked for a safe opening and threw it after my combo. And yeah, he's down. That's pretty much it for this fight. I would definitely recommend a Reed's pre-fight and a White Magneto's pre-fight because it helps a lot. And then section 2, I didn't have any fights. This is node 48, Super Skrull with Reeds, and this went pretty horribly. I should warn you guys. Reeds definitely works here, but I had input issues where I couldn't heavy or I couldn't parry at times, which is really, see, at the start you'll see that I started perfectly, you know, did my heavy and all that. And let's see. Yeah, so over here I took the Ash Dint, that way I could take off the filter. And here I pressed the heavy, but it didn't work. You just see me just standing there. And then yeah, from there the fight pretty much went downward. Here I tried to parry and obviously didn't work. And that special one was just to try to refresh the lead up, but obviously I failed with that as well. And yeah, the fight pretty much just went really horribly after this. Here you'll notice that I'm trying to recover the fight by, you know, getting my pre-fights, my debuffs back up. He was unblockable here, which is obviously not something I want. Trying to wait for him to go back so I can hit the block, but I got that luckily dashing. And then just trying to look for an opening since I'm at the corner. Threw a special one to refresh my debuffs and keep them up. Here I threw the special 2 into the falter, which was definitely my fault, not the game. And yeah, trying to, you know, parry, that didn't work. He throws a random heavy, then he throws a special 1. Trying to parry here, finally get it, and debuff already fell. So this is definitely a very doable fight, but obviously if your parries are not working, or if your heavies are not working, it's just very frustrating having all these issues. here you'll notice yet another parry failing. Pretty common theme in this fight in debuffs fight again. And yeah, he has a special too and it's unblockable, so there's not much I can do to that. And yeah, I'm pretty much dead here. Yeah. And then lastly, I had 2 more fights on the left side, which was Sorcerer Supreme on the Power Gain node, which is pretty easy for Doom, especially with the Reed pre-fights, but obviously since Reed was dead, I didn't have the pre-fights, so I let a magic take it, which would be safer, and I didn't want to take, any more risk with inputs. I had this thing boss with Tigra. As you can see, everything is going well. The strategy is pretty much just punish his heavies, keep your senses up, manage his rocks with your neutralize. He won't go unstoppable. And it went well for the most part until like one moment later on, which I'll come back for. So yeah, this is the moment. You can see he somehow dexed out of my special 2, and he was under 15 rocks before I threw it, but since he dexed it, my neutralize fell off, and the hits that did hit him, they pushed him over 15 and gave him the unstoppable, and obviously I lost my invul right there due to it. Here he's over the 15, so I can't throw my special, but I'm gonna throw special 1 twice to refresh my tenses. And I do my best to recover the fight, and I'll come back to why I died here later on. Right here, I pressed the special 1. I did not press the medium. I don't know why she did a double medium and gave him the 15th rock. That was very, very annoying. Here I throw a special 2, and this is the first one that actually connects and does actual damage. Everything before this was just heavies. And over here I see that I'm low, so I'm gonna, not do anything risky, do my best to finish up the fight. Here I throw a heavy, put him at 15 rocks. He throws his special 1, I gets perfect spacing. Here I'm holding block and he somehow still hits me, and that kills me. I was holding blocks so that he would heavy and I would be able to heavy retaliate that and continue the fight. But yeah, unfortunately things did not work out today as planned. Had a lot of input issues, and yeah, today's war was pretty much the worst of the season. I had two deaths here, which pretty much ruined my deathless streak, or so if you want to call it. I had one for a pretty long time, trying to aim that 100 deathless, but yeah, I came pretty close, and maybe next time. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice day.